solving yet another question on statistics. This time we are asked to calculate for the coefficient of mean deviation. How do we go about this? Solution. For more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel. This time we are to find the coefficient of mean deviation given the group data. Now, there is something we need to know. The coefficient of the mean deviation is x bar multiplied by the deviation all over x bar. Why we have this, that is x bar multiplied by the deviation, to be equal to summation of f of x minus x bar all over summation of f. And we also know that our mean is equal to summation of f x all over summation of f. As I run from 1 to n, as I running from 1 to n, the same thing is applicable here. As I is running from 1 to n. So this is what we have to compute. This is what we have to compute. Now, we are given the data. We are given the group data here. How do we now form a table that will enable us to calculate this? So we come here. The first thing to do when given this type of question is for you to form the table. So forming the table, we have here first we say age as what is given here. Age in years, which is our class interval. Class interval. Now, the second one, we have our class midpoint. Our class midpoint. Our class midpoint is known as our x value. Now, we also have the number of students. Number of students. Number of students, which is our f value. Also, we'll have our f of x. So, this is how we'll go about it. Now, we have the first one to be 6 to 10. You write it out this way. We have 11 to 15. We have 16 to 20. We have 21 to 25. And we have 26 to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is what we have. Now, we have our number of students. Our number of students will be 13, 16, 30, 24, and 17. This is what we have. Now, how do we calculate for our midpoint? That means our class interval. Our class interval is calculated as, for example, we have 6 and 10. What you do is that you say 6 plus 10 divided by 2, which is 8. 11 plus 15 divided by 2. 11 plus 15 divided by 2, which is 13. 16. 16 plus 20 divided by 2, we have 18. 21 plus 25 divided by 2, we have 23. And 26 plus 30 divided by 2, we have 28. Now we have our f of x value. Our f of x is 8 multiplied by 13. That is how we calculate the f of x. Our f of x will be 8 multiplied by 13. We've already gotten our midpoint. Our midpoint is the values of x. And the number of students is the values for f, which is our frequency, the values that are given. Now, we say 8 multiplied by 13 to give us f of x, which is 104. 13 multiplied by 16, 13 multiplied by 16, which is 208. We also have 18 multiplied by 30, which is 540. 540. We have 23 multiplied by 24. We have 552. And we have 28 multiplied by 17. We have 476. 476. The next thing we'll calculate for is our x minus x bar. X minus x bar. X minus x bar. So what is our x bar? We don't know. Our x bar is the mean. So we'll first put our mean to be, our mean first is summation of, sorry, I'm writing it too close. So our mean, which is x bar, is equal to summation of f of x all over summation of f. Now, what is summation of f of x? Which is the total summation of f of x is equal to, now we add everything that is here. That is the meaning of this sign. Summation means addition. So we add whatever we have here. 104 plus 208 plus 540 plus 552 plus 476. So we have 104 plus 208 plus 540 plus 552 plus 476. So we have 1880. So we have 1880 divided by, what is our summation of f? Summation of f will be equal to, now we add everything here to get the sum of f. That means the sum of our frequency, which is 13 plus 16 plus 30 plus 24 plus 17. So we have 100. We have 100. It then means that our mean value is 1880 divided by 100, which is 18.8. 18.8. So the mean is 18.8. Now, whatever we have as our x value, the whole of this x value, we use it to subtract 18.8 to get this value. So we have here 8 minus 18.8. We'll have negative 10.8. 13 minus 18.8. 13 minus 18.8. We'll have negative 5.8, negative 5.8. We have 18 minus 18.8. 18 minus 18.8. We have 0.8, negative 0.8. Now we have 23. 23 minus 18.8. We have 4.2. 4.2. We have 28 minus 18.8, which is 9.2. 9.2. Now, we also have x minus x bar. That means x minus x bar. Because of this sign here, it means all the sign we have, the negative sign we have will go off. All the negative sign we have will go off. That is the meaning. So here we have negative 10.8. Because of this bar sign, we have 10.8 here. Here we have 5.8. The negative sign will not count. Here we have 0.8. Here we have 4.2. And here we have 9.2. And lastly, we have f multiplied by x minus x bar. F multiplied by the whole of this. That means our f value multiplied by the whole of this value. So it means that 13 multiplied by 10.8. 13 multiplied by 10.8. We have 140.4. 140.4 for the first one. Now we have here 16. 16, which is f. 16 multiplied by 5.8. 16 multiplied by 5.8. 92.8. 92.8. Now we have 30 multiplied by 0.8. 30 multiplied by 0.8. We have 24. We have 24 multiplied by 4.2. 24 multiplied by 4.2. We have 100.8. We also have 17 multiplied by 9.2. 17 multiplied by 9.2. We have 156.4. So this is how to multiply this. We can also find the sum of what we have here. That is f multiplied by x minus x bar. They are all in bar. Now we can find the sum of that. That is 140.4 plus 92.8 plus 24 plus 100.8 plus 156.4. We have here to be equal to 514.4. Of course, we have calculated our mean, which is this. Now, we are asked to find the coefficient of mean deviation. That means coefficient of mean deviation, which is x bar multiplied by d divided by x bar. First, we first calculate for x bar multiplied by the deviation, and we have it as this. So since we have the total of this, we have to calculate this before we can now find our coefficient of mean deviation. Our coefficient of mean deviation. So what do? We move over to this side of the board to do that. We move over to this side of the board to do that. So how to delete this part? For more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel. So we are asked to calculate for the coefficient of the mean deviation. So it means that we have to calculate for this, which is x bar multiplied by the deviation, which is equal to summation of f of x minus x bar all over summation of f. Now, what do we have as our summation of x minus x bar? We have it as this, 514.4. 514.4, that is what we have. We have 514.4 divided by summation of f. We have summation of f to the 100, 100. So 100, of course, 1, 2. So this will go 1, 2. So our answer will be 5 5.144. 5.144. Now, it then means that our deviation here is 5.144. Now, the coefficient of mean deviation, the coefficient of mean deviation will be equal to, that is CMD, is equal to x bar multiplied by the deviation all over x bar. So we have to delete this part of the board. Tomorrow, so here we have x multiplied by the deviation. We have the deviation to be equal to 5.144 divided by, what is our x bar? We want our x bar to be 18.8. 18.8. That is how the coefficient of mean deviation is calculated. 18.8. So it then means that our coefficient of mean deviation will be equal to 5.144 divided by 18.8. 5.144 divided by 18.8. So we have here to be 0.2736, which we can also approximate to be 0.27. So this is simply how we can calculate for our coefficient of mean deviation. First, you calculate for a deviation, and second, you now calculate for the coefficient of mean deviation after following all the steps that is given on the board. For more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel. In this video, we are to compute yet another question on statistics. Now, we are given the group data, and we are asked to calculate for the mean, the variance, and the standard deviation given the data. How do we go about this? Now, solution. For more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel. First, the mean, which is denoted as this, is equal to summation of f of x all over summation of f. The standard deviation is equal to summation of f of x minus x bar all squared all over summation of f. And the standard deviation is simply the square root of what we have as the variance, which is summation of f of x minus x bar all squared all over summation of f. That is what we have as the mean, the variance, and the standard deviation. For we to compute all of this, we need to rewrite this table. We need to form a table on this. Now, we have amounts. We have amounts, which is our x values. We have number of students. Which is our f of x value, which is our f values, which is the frequency. Of course, we also have f of x, but first let's start with this. So we have our amount, which is x values, to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. We also have number of students, which is 1, 3, 2, 5, 1, and 4. Now, how do we get our f of x? Our f of x value. Our f of x value is this multiplied by this. That means the values here multiplied by the values here. Now, for this, we have 1 times 10. 1 multiplied by 10, we have 10. 3 multiplied by 20, we have 60. 2 multiplied by 30, we have 60. 5 multiplied by 40, we have 200. 200. 50 multiplied by 1, we have 50. And 60 multiplied by 4 is the last we have on that list there. 60 multiplied by 4, we have 240. The next on the table will be x minus x bar. X minus x bar. Now, we don't know our mean. For me to calculate our mean, we'll have to compute, we'll first get the total of this, summation of f of x, which is equal to, that means to sum the whole of this. We have 10 plus 60 plus 60 plus 200 plus 50 plus 240, which is 620. Now we have x minus x bar. First, we calculate the mean. We have to calculate the mean. Let's write it out here. 1. The mean, which is x bar, is equal to summation of f of x all over summation of f. So summation of f of x is equal to 620. And what do we have as summation of f? Summation of f is equal to, we have to add the whole of this. 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 1 plus 4. We have 16. 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 1 plus 4. Sorry. 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 1 plus 4. We have 16. So 620 divided by 16. 620 divided by 16. We have 38.75. 38.75 is what we have as our mean. 38.75 is what we have as our mean. Now, how do we calculate for x minus x bar? It means all the values for x minus what we have as our mean. So 10 minus 38.75. 10 minus 38.75, we have 28.75. Sorry, negative 28.75. Also, 20 minus 38.75, we have negative 18.75. We have 30 minus 38.75. We have minus 8.75. 40, we have 40 minus 38.75. We have 1.25. We have 50 minus 38.75. We have 11.25. And we have 60 minus 38.75. We have 21.25. So this is what we have. Now, we also have x minus x bar all squared. We have that. So it means we have to take the square of this. That means negative 28.75 multiplied by negative 28.75 will give us positive a value. So 28.75 squared, which is 826.56. 826.56. Also 18.75 squared is equal to 351.56. We have 8.75 squared, which is 76.56. We have 1.25 squared. We have 1.56. We have 11.25 squared, which is 126.56. We have 21.25 squared. We have 451.56. Now, we can also, because of what we have here, f of summation of f of x times x minus x bar squared, we will now have f of x minus x bar squared. So this is another column we'll have. It then means that we multiply our f value by this. Of course, now 1 multiplied by this to get here. The same thing as 826.56. Also 3 multiplied by 351.56. 3 multiplied by 351.56. We have 1054.68. Now we have 2 multiplied by 76.56. 2 multiplied by 76.56. We have 15.12. 5 multiplied by 1.56. 5 multiplied by 1.56. We have 7.8, 7.8, and we have 1 multiplied by this, of course. We have 126.56, and we have 4 multiplied by this, 451.56. So we have 1806.24. So we have summation of f of x minus x bar all squared to be equal to. Now we have to sum the whole of this. So for more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel. Now we have 826.56. We are now adding the whole of that. 826.56 we have plus 1054.68 plus 15.12 plus 7.8 plus 126.56 plus 1806.24. So we have here 3836.96. 3836.96. That's what we have. That's what we have. Now we can now calculate for our variance and our standard deviation. So we have to clean this side of the board to do that. Now, if we have gotten all those values, it will be very easy for we to calculate for our variance and our standard deviation. So we have to clean this side of the board. For more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel. Now, number 2, the variance, which is denoted as this, is equal to, we wrote it down, to be summation of f of x minus x bar squared all over summation of f, which is equal to, now we have summation of f of x, summation of f multiplied by x minus x bar squared is what we have here. Is what we have here. So we can now write it here to be 3836.96 divided by summation of f. We have it as 16. So divided by 16, which is equal to 3836.96 divided by 16 is equal to 239.81. So this becomes our variance. Our variance is this. Now 3. The standard deviation is equal to square root of what we have here. Summation of f x minus x bar all squared all over summation of f, which is equal to square root of course, the whole of this is what we have here. Now, we'll just put whatever we got as the variance to be 239.81, which is equal to, because the standard deviation is the square of the variance. So we have square root of 239.81. We have 15.49. So the standard deviation is equal to 15.49. So this is how it can be computed. This is how it can be computed. For more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this